Good evening, everyone. Hello and welcome to A Course in Miracles, followed by Chanting for Change. I'm Teri Angel. My co-host is Karen Palmer. Hi, Karen.
Hi.
And our wonderful family that comes together every night to do a discussion and then chanting, Christine and Sunny.
Yep.
Our Auntie Jean Lorio.
Hello, everyone.
And Charlie Charming Coons.
Hello, everyone.
So welcome, come on in. And if you have questions, comments, we are on day 47 of A Course in Miracles, a lesson a day. And Karen always gets us started in such a beautiful way to go into our hearts. Karen, please bless us tonight.
Okay, so this is a beautiful reminder of what it feels like to know absolute security and absolute safety. I'm going to invite us to return to the kingdom of wholeness. Let ourselves all feel the wisdom and all the safety, the security and the protection of being in the heart of God. Letting ourselves feel that heart of surrender, where we let everything fall away that is not love. And we just rest, knowing that God is our strength. This is what we trust. And we can let everything that seems to be happening unfold, knowing that we are completely safe and resting and trusting and listening to that inner wisdom, the inner guidance, feeling all of the sensations of our inner body, and knowing that in there, our inner body, we can just relax. We can feel the comfort, the coziness, the gentleness of being in pure presence. And we just allow ourselves to stay in this beautiful frequency, trusting that this vibration that we have co-created together in this moment will extend and expand and radiate to all who hear our voice, wherever we may go, whoever we may be in front of. we rest with that certainty and safety, knowing that God goes with us. And God shines through us. And God gives us the words. And God gives us the silence. God gives us the stillness and the quietness. And we just allow that grace and ease to flow through this session as we start to come back into our beautiful discussion on trust and forgiveness and love. My favorite subject.
Me too. And so beautiful, Karen. Thank you for that. Yeah, trust. That's a lesson that I have been learning every day. How to trust. And boy, sometimes it's tough, sometimes we have to really just keep saying it's an illusion and work past the illusion and know in our heart that everything is working perfectly and go that route. So yesterday, well, all day today, we did forgiveness work, right? I went the wrong way. I went forward instead of backwards. God is the love in which I forgive. And I had actually put the lessons from the insights on the group. So I think some of you might have seen it in there. I just think there were some really good points in here about forgiveness. And, forgiveness is allowing the love to flow, which it is, because it blocks us if we cannot be forgiving and open to letting go. Forgiveness to me, it's releasing, it's letting go of whatever it was that was holding me back, that was letting me see something that wasn't real and see something that, I had judged as a certain way. So I really love this whole write-up that was done from the insights. And I think it just really helped put it in perspective for me. And so as I was saying this all day today, I'm like, okay, I'm getting it more and more. I am getting this. And I had already, come to the realization that forgiveness is not about anybody else. I learned that years ago. But this really helped me to just get into that space of, let's just release it all. Let's just release it and not hold any animosity, any grudges, anything other than love. Love is the only thing that's real. And, it says in here, so God is the love in which I find forgiveness and in which my heart can begin to open again and again and again to love and clarity and benevolence and peace and joy, all that good stuff. So I was really lifted today doing the exercises. God is the love in which I forgive. So how did everybody else do with it?
I did okay. Yeah, it was. I've been very busy, so running around and stuff, and but I was saying it in a car and being happy, and it just brings you to that other place that when you're doing it, I found that I had forgiven myself a lot. I'm like, yeah, forgiving myself for a lot of the things that I've done, besides all the other, I forgot the word that Pam used. What she's called them, boom dog. I forget. Oh, douchebags.
Yeah.
Think of all the
Way with
douchebags.
words.
I have yet to forgive and repeat that phrase. Yeah, I like that. The word she used to describe it, but yeah, it was really good. I didn't think there were that many people, and then you go and they're like, wow, these things keep popping up. That over the years you forgot about certain things, and yeah, it was good though.
Okay, when I first did it the first time, or the exercise the first time, I was like, I don't have that many people to forgive. I don't have any people to forgive. I when I was hurt badly was way in the past, and I've already forgiven them, and so I kind of, did a little bit of exercise there, but I just felt like that already was gone. I had forgiven him, loved him, and sent it off. And it is true. I think when you truly forgive, you also forget. So it was, it was hard. Then they had said, okay, then think about people that you don't like, or something, like that, similar. And that's where I ran into my problem was, and it's like, I like people, I love people, but, I have a hard time with people who, well, like what's been happening with the shootings, and people who hurt other people, and people who don't take care of the earth, I'm very judgmental about them. So I don't know exactly if forgiveness is my problem, but in a way it's like, I feel like I don't forgive them for being that way. So that's something I found out that I have to work on. People like, Karen's so beautiful because like she forgives the politician and she forgives him in her love and she prays for him and stuff. And I'm not real motivated to do that, and I know I should. And I love them. And now this is going to be confusing, but I love them in an agape kind of way. They're part of our human family. And because they are, I do love them and I care about them. But it's really hard for me to forgive bad things. So I really am going to have to work on and be in God's love a lot to do it. So that was my experience today. Mm-hmm. But the people who have really, really hurt me, which have been very much in the past, it's not there anymore. It's gone. It's released. So I just have to work on it now.
Christine?
Oh, 2 a day, I would choke on my salary and at lunch, and I got some white water in my system, and it came right out. See, that my miracle, and Sonny gained 1 pound. I'm back, so that's a plus. So making my miracle happy.
Us too, Chris.
Yeah, that's great news. I'm so happy too, Chris.
Mhm.
Well, you know what happened for me was a real fun thing. And I'm so grateful because I asked Holy Spirit to help me with my forgiveness work because I was having some difficulties forgiving some things. And I realized that those things that I was having trouble forgiving were distractions from my true, authentic self. They were opportunities for me to heal. And Spirit came through and said, forgive the person that you believed yourself to be. Forgive the person that you dreamed and imagined you were, that could be manipulated, that could be hurt. Forgive the person that you believed needed to be insecure to feel safe and have others take care of her. Forgive that person. And it was so powerful because I started to really forgive all the little Karens along the way and all the little upsets and all the abuse and all the ways that I allowed abuse for many, many years and the ways that I continued to attract abuse. And I really, really made that positive separation with Spirit to show that that's not me. That was a person who believed she was separate from God. That was a person who believed that she was separate from her brothers and sisters. And that was a person who believed that she was unworthy of God's love and was always trying to prove herself and was always trying to prove her gifts, who was always trying to share her gifts, but in a way that it would be special, to see myself as special. That was, I had to really look at that. And it was a really beautiful part of my awakening, because I realized that's where I distract. That's where I delude myself. And that's where I feel disappointed and see differences. So really take that just for like a science experiment. Just when you are being hard on yourself and you're saying, I forgive myself for blah, 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 blah. I forgive myself for blah, blah, blah. Try saying, I forgive the person who I believed I was. I forgive the person who I believed I needed to be to please others. I forgive the person who I believed I needed to be to not be my authentic self, to fit in this world. And just, I find that really was helpful. I hope it's helpful to somebody else. It was hugely helpful to me, and I was just thanking Spirit all over the place all day long because it was coming up, and it was healing all of those upsets. It was healing all of those places where I felt helpless because I was abused, and especially as a child, not knowing how to speak up for myself. I had to forgive that part. I had to forgive that little person who didn't know how to speak up for herself.
Beautiful, Karen. Yeah, forgiveness is so healing. That's the thing about it. It's very
freedom.
Healing.
Forgiveness is total freedom. And when we, give everything over to spirit, spirit helps us to see things differently, to see those people differently. The people who abused me, those people were hurting just as much as I was.
Yeah.
They didn't know what they were doing. They were unaware. And so can you forgive the person who was unaware that they were abusing you? Yeah, I can.
Yeah. Yep, it is freedom for sure. And Gracie is on in audience with us. Gracie says, I understand what Auntie Jean is saying, for it's similar with me. Not too many to forgive. My travel today was forgiveness is seeing with and through God's eyes. Rewind in me the knowing and example that Jesus taught and showed. Thank you. And yes, Jesus really showed us compassion and non-judgmental. You know, that's what I got from his experience on earth, was not looking at anyone as being wrong or right. They just were, and he loved everybody. And I know that's hard for us as humans when we look at things like, Jean, like what you look at with people that do the mass shootings, people that harm animals, people that do these acts, you know, but just think, what would Jesus feel toward them? Would he see their human experiences they're going through? Or would it be this is a soul? This is a beautiful soul that is here learning from whatever experience they're having, whatever fire they're going through. So,
Teri,
yeah.
if I can just ask something, I guess sometimes what confuses me is that Jesus did get angry. He got angry at the Pharisees and the Sadducees because they were so concerned with the letter of the law and making profit from their sales for the sacrifices. And he was angry at them. He says, you're not teaching my Father's love. You're teaching the letter of the law, but you've forgotten the meaning of the law. And so there were certain times. So I guess I struggle with the idea that people shouldn't do certain things. And that makes it, I'm just being honest. I know that's wrong, but I'm just,
Not wrong. No.
And the other thing is, I've never felt like I had, in a sense, and now I'm the sorry lady, but I've never had a sense that I had to forgive myself for what happened to me. And maybe that's where I'm stumbling up, because I don't blame myself.
No, there's no
And
blame.
I was so close to God at that time that that I really don't feel, that there's, the one thing I think I blame myself for was not forgiving them at the time, but I have since then forgiven them and realized how much they were hurting to hurt me. And that's like, for instance, today when I prayed at the grid for what happened yesterday here in El Paso, I also prayed for the shooters. Apparently it was an argument, but I always say, how much were they suffering to feel they had to hurt another human being? Because that's certainly not the way we were created. That's not our nature. I don't feel. So they must have been hurting horribly to be able to do that. But of course, nowadays, apparently that was out of anger. We don't know a whole lot about it yet, but it was some disagreement. But anyway, I just wanted to say that. I'm not really sure why now.
Yeah, and in my opinion, I think the Course is leading us to step away from blame and shame and guilt. And, that's just such a human thing. God is not judgmental. There is no blame. Like the Course says, there's nothing to be forgiven because God's never judged us as being wrong, like we judge each other for being wrong or right. And, who's to blame? So it's helping us to step away from that arena and to stay only in love and to see each other as ourselves, as part of the oneness. And, if we look at something that's going on and we're judging it, we're really judging ourselves. So it's not easy to wrap our brains around it, but we're not supposed to. We're not supposed to try to analyze and figure it out. Like Pam has told us from the very beginning, just do the exercises. And we're going into this lesson on trust, right? We're going into trust. So I think it's something we're all going to just still keep figuring out. Nope, we're not going to get all the answers. The angels told me that a long time ago. There's going to be things that you don't know in this lifetime, and it's okay. It's okay not to know. And I'm like, okay, so trust it is.
And all we're being asked to do is to give it over to Spirit and ask Spirit to interpret it for us and ask Spirit to judge for us. And that is such a freedom for me when because I don't understand why anybody's doing a lot of things in my own family. It's very challenging right now. And with my own little dog, I don't understand why things are happening. And if I try to give meaning to it, I'm going to just be listening to the ego again. I'm going to be listening to the ego thought system. And I don't want the results of my thinking any longer. I don't want the results of the way that I thought. And I give that over to Spirit. And giving that over to Spirit, I feel like as soon as I give it over to Spirit, I don't take it back. I just say, okay, this is in your care now. And I am letting it float by on a cloud, and I'm not picking it back up. And this lesson is a great lesson for that.
It is.
That's what I have to do, is give it over to Spirit.
Absolutely.
And
ask Spirit to show you. Just say, show
Exactly.
me. Show me what this is, why this is in my vision. Mm-hmm. I don't want this to obscure my love. That's what because I know that when we have somebody that we love and we see them having an illness or a problem, and we want more than anything to help them, I'm obscuring my love by doing that. My worry, my concern, all of that is not helpful. The most helpful thing I can do is let them be in Spirit's care.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
I used up all the time again. I'm sorry.
Oh, we went way over time. So
this is a powerful one, though. This is a really great discussion,
really
and see how it builds into. And this final lesson in this series is the God is series is a powerful way for us to just know that we have that trust and just to be able to just let that trust be okay.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So Karen, would you share the lesson?
Yes. So this is God is the strength in which I trust. If you are trusting in your own strength, you have every reason to be apprehensive, anxious, and fearful. What can you predict or control? What is there in you that can be counted on? What would give you the ability to be aware of all the facets of any problem and to resolve them in such a way that only good can come of it. What is there in you that gives you the recognition of the right solution and the guarantee that it will be accomplished? Of yourself, you can do none of these things. To believe that you can is to put your trust where trust is unwarranted, and to justify fear, anxiety, depression, anger, and sorrow. Who can put his faith in weakness and feel safe? Yet who can put his faith in strength and feel weak? God is your safety in every circumstance. His voice speaks for him in all situations and in every aspect of all situations, telling you exactly what to do to call upon his strength and his protection. There are no exceptions because God has no exceptions. And the voice which speaks for him thinks as he does. And this is Holy Spirit. Today, we will try to reach past your own weakness to the source of real strength. 4 5-minute practice periods are necessary today, and longer and more frequent ones are urged. Close your eyes and begin as usual by repeating the idea for the day. Then spend a minute or two searching for situations in your life that you have invested with fear, dismissing each one by telling yourself, God is the strength in which I trust. Now, try to slip past all concerns related to your own sense of inadequacy. It is obvious that any situation that causes you concern is associated with feelings of inadequacy. For otherwise, you would believe that you could deal with that situation successfully. It is not by trusting yourself that you will gain confidence, but the strength of God in you is successful in all things that you do. The recognition of your own frailty is a necessary step in the correction of your errors, but it is hardly a sufficient one in giving you the confidence which you need and to which you are entitled. You must also gain an awareness that confidence is your real strength. And it is fully justified in every respect and in all circumstances. In the latter phase of the practice period, try to reach down into your mind to a place of real safety. You will recognize that you have reached it if you feel a sense of deep peace, however briefly. Let go of any trivial things that churn and bubble on the surface of your mind and reach down below them to the kingdom of heaven. There is a place in you where there is perfect peace. There is a place in you where nothing is impossible. There's a place in you where the strength of God abides. There is a place in you where there is perfect peace. There is a place in you where nothing is impossible. There is a place in you where the strength of God abides. During the day, repeat the idea often. Use it as your answer to any disturbance. Remember that peace is your right. because you are giving your trust to the strength of God.
I love that. Trust it is.
It's really simple if you just do that one thing. That's really the one thing that's left for us in the human condition to do. Like when we say, what's my to-do list? That's my to-do list.
It's your to-do list.
Just trust.
Yeah. And then mark it to done.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love this. Well, thank you. And thank everyone who joined us today for the discussion. And I'm going to turn it off of the group discussion and we're going to go into our chanting. Everyone's welcome to stick around for chanting. And the first one is Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Karen, would you talk about that, please?
Yeah, so this is where we're going to chant 3 times slow, and then we'll chant 108 times all together as our beautiful family. Beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number. And then beautiful Teri Angel will lead us in a short meditation on freedom, and then we'll go into our second chant. So we declare that all obstacles be removed.
Om Ganapataye
Namaha.
We declare that all barriers, conflicts, and violence be removed. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. We declare that all illusions and illness be removed. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Ganapataye
Namaha.
Om Ganapataye
Om
Ganapataye
Om
Namaha.
Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha. Ganapataye Namaha. Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Om
Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Ganapataye Namaha.
Let's take a breath into our heart center, that beautiful energy of freedom. When we let go, release anything that's unlike love, the energy of freedom takes over and our spirit becomes lighter and lighter. Even while we're in this human form, we still feel our vibration raising up. And when we raise it high, we feel the miracles as well as see them right in front of us. It's like a magnet pulling us to them. And we do have a miracle. We have our miracle Marlene joining us tonight. Hi, Marlene. So glad you're here with us. So let's go into this next chant with that high vibration. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Karen?
Yes, this is where we're going to chant 3 times slow, and then we'll chant 108 times all together as our beautiful family. Beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number. And then beautiful Teri Angel will lead us in the next part of our session. So we declare that all are accepting, aligning, allowing, and awake. Nam
Yum
Myoho Renge Kyo. We declare that all are happy and healthy. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. We declare that all live in peace and harmony and are open and ready to receive miracles. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge
Let's take a breath back into our hearts, going deep inside to where we connect in with who we truly are, connecting now with that energy of love, compassion, joy, and peace. And we're going to give thanks to our Creator. Every night we chant Om 3 times, Om being the cosmic sound of God. And then hold that energy in your heart, connect heart to brain, and then we'll give the love away. So take a deep breath in, and let's begin the chanting of Om.
Um.
Om. Now, as you focus deeply on the energy of love, just envision the whole world feeling what you feel in your heart, feeling that beautiful compassion, wanting only the best for each other. And that's what we're going to send out. We're sending an intention, and we're sending a stream of love from our hearts. We're making a wave into everyone on the planet, this big tsunami wave of love going out to all of the dark reaches of Earth. So take a breath in, hold that energy of love, and then send it out with your breath. So beautiful. I actually felt that when we sent it together. Let's do it one more time. Take a breath in of love. Hold that pure, unconditional love. And then breathe it out to the world. And just let it sink deep into Mama Gaia so she can share that as it comes up through the roots, through all the layers of earth, and into every person and every being on our planet. Om Shanti Shanti.
Shanti.
Oh, peace,
Peace.
peace, peace. Thank you, Spirit. We're taking this wave that we sent forth. We're taking the love that we give freely from our hearts without agenda, other than just to share this joy, this magic, this thing called love that we want to share with the whole world. Om Shanti.
Shanti.
Boy, that felt good. I felt that big wave. I'm like, oh, it's hitting my heart. So I'm hoping it's hitting the hearts of everyone on the planet, every animal, all of nature, everything that has energy. Oh, Hope Wellington Marshall, sending you a big wave of love, my darling. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Pope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Pope.
Oh, every night we make a declaration about there being peace on earth. So, Christine, would you and Sunny guide us in that tonight?
Yeah, I am on it. We declare that peace on earth and be kind to everyone else and say positive to 1, 2, 3.
We
We
declare
declare
that there is
there is peace on earth,
and
and
we
we
declare
declare that peace begins inside of us.
So it is.
Oh, it is.
always
And forever.
forever.
Amen.
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 And we've been doing this for 990 days now. And we've been doing this as a group known as the
The
Peace
peace.
for
For
peace.
peace.
that would be us.
That would be us. I'm
Yeah.
a P. And Chris is a P. And Karen's a P. And Terry's a P. And Charlie's a P. And Marlene's a P. And Hope's a P. And everybody's a P. A lot of people don't know it yet, but we're all P's. And wouldn't you like to be a P too?
You.
Absolutely.
And be kind.
And be kind. We have peace all over the world.
We
Oh,
do.
so beautiful. Thank you. And Gracie, I don't know if you're still listening to us, but Gracie, oh my gosh, we miss your sweet voice
You
on here.
must.
But Gracie would tell us that the hills are alive with the sound of chanting and the
No, it's
sprinkling of
chanting.
peace and the smiles on faces.
Faces.
And the smiles on the face.
She says that peace is doing what?
Coming
Around the corner.
corner.
And
Chant. Peace is
Jesus
coming
around
around
the corner
when we
when we
chant.
When we
Peace is
chant,
coming
coming
around the
around the
corner.
corners.
smile
Smiles
on
on the
the
Faces.
Peace
Jesus
is
coming
coming
around.
around the corner.
Yeah, there she is. Oh, Gracie, I hope we did you proud. We tried to sing it like you do.
Well, you have to say chant because she's got a British
When we chant.
accent.
Yes,
Chant.
I love her
Yeah,
song.
yeah,
Her
yeah.
accent.
We chant.
Yes, we chant. We chant.
She's so
every
special.
night. And we're chanting for peace on earth. So
Yes.
part of us, we do it every night. And I'd love to have you back again tomorrow on 991.
That's correct.
Woo! Getting up there. We're approaching that 999 and 1000 mark, aren't we?
Yeah.
All right, everyone, we're going to bid you adieu and have a great day or night, wherever you may be. We love you so much. Stay in your hearts and stay blessed. We leave you with
Namaste, y'all.
Good night,
bye, everyone.
everyone.
Thank
Love
you.
you.
Good morning, good afternoon, good
Yeah.
night, wherever you are.